my channel, The Life of Nina. I was just wanting to get out and take a little ride. Maybe tell a story. Some of you guys like my stories, the true stories. I had to stop at McDonald's and get me a Diet Coke. Dying of thirst. I want to tell you about a house that we once purchased when my son was young. He was probably, let's see, maybe first, second grade. I think, yeah, because I used to walk him to the bus stop. And we purchased this house. It's not in the best neighborhood. And when I mean, when I say things like that, I mean it's the families are not wealthy, and some of them, probably most of them, are below, well, not below poverty, but they don't live in the middle. Anyway, I'll just shut up and leave it as that. I, of course, grew up with some of the people that had been raised in this area. So when this house came up for sale, I seen it. And I thought, it's a mixed neighborhood. There's a mixture of real equal of black and white families. And I seen this house and I thought, golly, that is a nice house. And they only wanted $15,000 for it, you guys. So we decided, let's take a chance on it. So we went over, we looked at the house. It's a nice home, and it had all brand new windows. Those casement, the ones that you tilt in so you can clean them. It had all brand new windows, and it's a 2-story home with a basement too. And you're gonna see it. I'll tell you when. I'll try to slow down. It's right after this sharp curve here. It's a 2-story home, and I wish that I could. It's right. Nope. It's right there, that house. Okay? Now this is a long time ago, like I said, when we bought this house. We bought it for $15,000, and it had, like I said, all brand new windows. It had a front parlor, which I thought was adorable, and we painted it because I had found a couch and love seat in the chair from a furniture store, and it was clearanced out because it was the one that had been sitting out. I can't even think what it's called. Not a demo, but anyway, it was the one that was sitting out and everybody sat on it, and it still looked brand new, and it was brand new. So anyway, we got a killer deal on that couch and love seat and chair. It was cream color white with different colors of mostly pinks, different light pinks, medium pinks, flowers on it. And they weren't roses. What were they? I don't know. Maybe they were, some of them, roses, but that's irregardless. So I painted, the floor was nice. The floor was already a linoleum. So I painted the walls a pale pink, almost white. My, at the time, sister-in-law found me wall border. Now, this is back in the day, in the 80s and early 90s, and wall border that matched those flowers perfectly. It had to have been made to go with it. I mean, perfect. So I put the border up, and that parlor was beautiful. The mom got me, it had the great big front window, and then it had a smaller window on the side. Well, Mom got me a soft blue cotton curtains that had the ruffles, and they tied back. And, I just loved that room. Really high ceilings. And then you walked through, or to the left, would be the kitchen. And off the kitchen was a huge dining room. And that was the only room we didn't get done. We never did get that one completed when we sold the house. So, from the kitchen, it was a country kitchen. It was done, you know, back then wallpaper and stuff was popular, and it was done in a beautiful wallpaper, a green and a cream color, and it had strawberries on the little border around the chair rail. Just gorgeous. So through the kitchen was the family room. Now they had built all of that on, huge in the back, and so it had a big family room with another great big picture window. It had come on, she's trying to back out, I think. So then out of the family room, you went into the master bedroom, and it had its ensuite. So then, it's going back to the parlor again, the front living room. Come on, lady. You went upstairs, and they had enclosed the stairs. I think, if I'm not mistaken, an older woman had lived there, and she had the stairway enclosed. She didn't use the upstairs. So we, of course, you know, we had our son, and we were in foster care at that time. So my dream was to open up that staircase, but I never did get that done either. We only lived there not quite, I don't even think, 2 years. And upstairs was 3 bedrooms and a bath. And I loved that house. If I could have had that house out somewhere away from this area, out in the country or something, I would have never left that home. I just loved it. The basement was an old sandstone basement. It was damp, of course, sandstone. Water can run through it. But it was still a beautiful old home. And upstairs in the bathroom was in between 2 of the bedrooms. It had the old clawfoot tub, and all we had to do with that was just paint. And the floors were in good shape. We painted all the bedrooms, and I don't think we had to replace any of the flooring or anything. Mostly just cosmetic stuff, you know. But what happened was a couple of bad neighbors can make it bad on everybody, you know. And we got broken into, and we didn't have a dog inside at that time. We had a dog with a dog box out back, and so we got broke into. We wasn't gone. We had went about 10 minutes away from the house to drop off an air conditioner at a friend's house, and in that 10 minutes time, someone had broke in and taken a lot of my son's, I don't know what they were even called now, but you know, like the Game Boy systems, all that back in that day, and had stolen all of that stuff. And thank God they didn't do it while we were there. But another time we got broken into again, and this time they took a lot more. They took my husband's wedding ring and everything he had laying on the stand, and they didn't mess anything up. Well, it's really dark now. I apologize. I'll try to sit up a little bit. They didn't mess anything up as far as like tearing drawers out and stuff like that. But we never did find out who it was. And the cops were called, of course, and they never did find anything. And they only touched like the back of the TV. That's the only fingerprints that we could find, or you know, the police could find. And you can't take them off of anything that has dust on it. And I don't know about you guys, but the back of a TV, they get dusty really quick. So there was too much dust on it, so they couldn't find the person that broke in. So I was scared. I worked third shift, and I would come home and sleep during the day. Does that help? Oh yeah. I would come home and sleep during the day, and my husband worked during the day, and our son was at school. And I got to be where I was afraid to be home by myself during the day, because I slept hard, and I worked hard, and I slept hard. So we ended up putting the house up for sale. to get one in a little better area. So what's the funny part about this is, we sold the house, and that was a whole nother story. It was a horrible transaction, but we ended up getting out from underneath of it, you know. Sold the house, made some money, and bought us another place in the country, thinking, yeah, we're going to be fine here. And we weren't. We ended up getting broke into out there too. And we had 2 neighbors, and they were so nice. And they were far away from us, you know. I don't know, it was awful. So I guess the gist of this story is, doesn't matter if you think it's a good neighborhood or a bad neighborhood or a richy neighborhood, doesn't matter, they're still going to get you. Because when we lived in the country, we even had a security system put in. That didn't stop them, because we lived so far out. By the time the security system had to notify one of us, call, 911 themselves, and the cops got there, that whoever was there had been long gone. So that wasn't even worth the money to have that security system put in. It didn't deter them, because they apparently knew how long it would take to get, where they wanted to go. And wish that we would have had cameras and stuff installed. But, back then that stuff was way, way expensive. Now you could do it on your own, probably for half of what it used to cost. So, that's just a little story I thought I would share with you guys. And show you that life sometimes is it's just funny. You go for a ride on it, and one day it's great, and the next day you're shaking your head, oh my goodness, somebody's got a fire. I was just going to make sure this a fire and not a house on fire, but it's just garbage. By the looks of that, it needed cleaned up years ago. All right, I think that's all that I've got to talk about today. And I've got my tomorrow I'll be putting out my devotional video. So I just want to thank you guys for watching, for being with me, for watching, for everything. Take care.